Conversations with Friends. Conversations with Friends.
Conversations with Friends.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Conversations with Friends, Season 2, Episode 2. And tonight we have actor, comedian, and content creator LaRon McGowan. And glad he could join us tonight. And we appreciate him because we understand that the weekends can be kind of busy getting ready for the week. So appreciate you, brother. Glad you could join us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you having me on here. I'm like so honored. I even ironed my t-shirt for this.
All right. Welcome, LaRon.
How you doing, Nicole? It's been a long time. But I was supposed to say, my bad. Was I supposed to say your government? My bad. My bad, Mrs. Melodic. My bad. It was a pleasure meeting you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
How's everything,
been a
brother?
Good weekend. Great. It's been a good weekend. Just getting stuff done around the house, kind of like, just kind of laying up. You know what? I'm lying. Just working hard around the house, man.
Okay.
That's it. I'm putting up Halloween decorations. It's been hard out here. She got me busy.
Well, let me hold on because I'm a little jacked up right now. So just forgive me, brother.
Take your time.
I'm having on my end some technical difficulties that most people can't see, which is okay, I guess. So LaRon, tell us before I read your bio. Let me read your bio, brother. Oh gosh, I got some issues going on right now.
LaRon, I just posted.
Yeah.
So you was born in Bronx, New York, raised.
Yes,
Family
sir.
man, comedian, actor, podcast host. Loves talking to people. Never saw himself as an entertainer until he was fired from his job and decided to do stand-up comedy. Comedy led him to opportunities never expected. Opened up for Bill Bellamy, gangster comedy Capone, landing a role on the OWN network. Best way to describe his style is the charming asshole.
Yes, sir. That'd be me.
What made you say that you are the charming asshole?
You know what? A good friend of mine and a comedian, he's like, you know what, El? I like you. You're funny and you charming, but you're an asshole at the same time. Like you can be an asshole and you can charm him at the same time. And I just ran with it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that fits me.
Okay.
It fits.
So we have a couple of questions we'd like to get into. I guess my first question is, what business ventures do you see yourself getting into in the next 5 years?
Business ventures. You know what? I do want my own company. I definitely, for one, would like my podcast, Paternal Presence. I would like that to be like, booming, like doing numbers. And I, just really want to be a more entrepreneurial within the next 5 years. Maybe t-shirts, get there with the podcast. So I think everything will blast off from the podcast and the comedy.
Okay. And just for our audience, can you let us know where we can find your podcast?
Yes, it's on YouTube. You can also go. I do have it on Instagram as well. Paternal Presence. It's on IG. Paternal Presence. It's on YouTube. It'll say LaRon's Paternal Presence podcast, and it's podcast just about black dads just coming up in this world, trying to figure it out and dealing with their fathers and then dealing with their kids. So I just thought it was something I should bring light to after being a father myself.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I like that. I definitely like that. I've caught a few episodes and I've enjoyed them. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to hear.
Who inspires you on a professional level and on a familial level?
Who inspires me? I say my grandmother. she's since passed away. I say my grandmother, and from after that, I'm big into YouTube podcasts. So Eric Thomas, David Shands, Earn Your Leisure. Those are I've been become a fan of within the last like 2 years because they really helped me change my mind and my mindset. So that's who inspires me, and it might be people that you wouldn't. People might be upset, but like Will Smith, LL Cool J, like just people I admire. I like how they move. Jay-Z, and that's like not just entertainment, but as men, as family men, and I like how they move and do their thing.
What about in comedy?
In comedy, Rob Stable. Well, my favorite all time is Eddie Murphy. I was Eddie Murphy fan since I was a kid and not supposed to be watching Eddie Murphy. I know it was weird. I had dreams. I hung out with Eddie Murphy. I was a little kid. Like, who dreams of Eddie Murphy? I know it sounds real weird. But yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, for me. But yeah, Eddie Murphy, Damon Wayans, and Sinbad were like my favorite as far as like I looked up to. And then when I started doing comedy and meeting some people who I've watched on different like Bad Boys of Comedy or Def Jam, Rob Stapleton, Mike Yard, Capone, the Gangster of Comedy. So yeah, they definitely inspired me as well.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that you were actually working with Capone for quite some time. I thought that was amazing. I caught a few of your shows.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's LeBron. That's my buddy. We went to college together.
And then he was like, hey, there's a girl, she says she knows you. I went to school together. And I'm like, okay. I just, he couldn't remember the name. But when I saw it was you, I was like, oh, snap. That's my BX homie.
Right, exactly. BX stand up for sure.
Yes.
So let me ask you when you got fired from the job and you decided to go into comedy, like what made you want to be a comedian? Like what was like the thing of making friends and family and loved ones laugh and then saying, okay, I could make total strangers laugh. Like I could be.
Mm,
Can I remix that question? Can I remix that question, Q?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm curious to also know, did somebody tell you were funny? Like what made you feel like, I feel like I'm funny and, I want to take a stab at actually going on stage?
well, honestly, I just always loved comedies, and I saw how it was done, how you set it up and how you make people laugh. I've always been silly, and I always felt this thing when I had somebody laughing. It's like, okay, now step on the gas and make them laugh more. And this is just having a general conversation with somebody. So I kind of felt something there. But what happened was when I got fired from my job, and I was lost, like clueless. I'm like, shit, I don't know what's next. And my man was like, yo, L, look, you ain't working, you ain't got nothing to lose. You might as well try something you've never done before that you've always thought about. And I was like, okay, slept on it. And when you have a question, if you get at least like time alone to yourself, that answer will come to you.
Right.
And comedy hit me, and I was like, yeah, that's it. So let me just try this open mic, because one, I ain't got nothing to lose. I bomb. If it goes good, it goes good, but that's it. And so that's what I did. I signed up for open mic, and the crazy part was I invited like everybody. I put it on at that time. At that time, I put it on MySpace. I invite all my friends. And I'm like, yo, L, you are. I'm talking to myself. I say L when I talk to myself. I'm like, L, you are bugging. You don't even know if you're gonna be good. You're gonna bomb in front of your friends. I swear, like 30, 40 friends showed up. I'm like, wow. Yeah, this is crazy. But
that support is everything.
Yeah, it felt so natural, and even my friends was like, I didn't recognize you. Like, I really surprised. Like and my grandmother was like, baby, I know you're funny to me, but I didn't know you could be funny in front of other people. So it all, it just worked out. And then from there on, I just kept it going. And from comedy, I learned that, comedy is an art. And I've kind of helped me understand other artists more, like, poets, painters. You just telling your story from your eyes, just telling what you see from your eyes.
Amen. I can
You
totally
think? Do you
I'm
relate.
sorry,
think?
did I answer your question? I know I ramble a lot.
No, you
No, you
good.
definitely answered the question. Go ahead,
You
Q.
think? Do you think it's a gift or a blessing?
Right.
Um, isn't a blessing a gift? It sounds like the same thing because I say, well, comment, if you can make people laugh and just feel good, like that's a great thing. That's definitely, and they say it's a blessing to be a blessing. So
Right.
if you could definitely, make somebody feel good, I think it definitely is a blessing. Yeah,
Do you
I'd say
think?
both. To be honest with you,
Do you think that with having that unique art, you feel like you have like a responsibility, or it's just like, nah, I have an art, I have a skill set, and I'm just gonna run with it, or do you feel like, yo, like I have to really make an impact while I can do what I do?
um, I feel like I don't at this moment at my stage, I don't think I have really a responsibility, but I do believe you gotta respect the art, and it's taught me to respect other artists, whether like I said, painters, poets, whatever, music. Um, so I don't know if I wouldn't say I have a huge responsibility, but again, I'm not a I'm not a comic who talks about um like sex and vagina all day, and can I curse? I don't want to do
Yeah,
too
go
much.
ahead, go
You
ahead.
good?
Okay, I'm not the bitches and hoes type of comic. I just like I'm the type of comic like Q. If I make fun of you, I'm gonna make fun of you to the point where you're not gonna be mad at me. You gonna laugh and I'm gonna laugh. We having a good time. That's my style.
Yeah,
Like I don't see. I wouldn't say I have a responsibility, but I just respect it, and I respect the art and I respect people.
Right.
Because I know I go in the comedy club and you talk about me, at least be funny. Like don't just sit there and just dig on me, and you're not funny and I'm taking it personal because now I'm not comfortable with this.
Exactly.
I might be waiting by your car. Like,
Exactly.
speaking of funny, I did a boo boo, and people got a joke on my expense because I did a flyer that looked like a obituary. I embarrassed you, and I really
nah,
apologize. I
nah.
put it on screen.
It's all forgiven. All forgiven as long as you ain't put some clouds or wings. You have my
or,
mama
or,
calling
or,
me like,
or,
"Baby, you dead?
or,
Baby,
or,
you
or,
dead?"
or say we gonna have whitings, not porgies, and just let people know it's not a fish fry or nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no. I got life insurance, y'all. Because no GoFundMe me over here. I got life insurance.
That's
But you
what's
can
up.
hit. But if y'all want to hit my cash app anyway, no,
Right. Right.
no, it's
All
all good.
throughout
It's all love.
all throughout
Stuff
this
happens.
broadcast, though, please give your IG handles so that people can support your platform. We're all
Yeah,
about
Okay.
networking and we're all about broadcasting everyone's platforms, especially the people that we have on the show, and broadcasting our platform as well. So,
Okay. I
yeah.
appreciate that. And just real quick, it's what up, Leron, WhatUpleronn, and Paternal Presence is my other IG as well. I don't want to spell paternal too fast because I was drinking and I don't want to, but it's spelled Paternal Presence on my IG as well. But I want to tell you too about the flyer, and it just makes me think because like I was telling Melodic that analyzing people, like a lot of people reacted and had something to say like, oh man, I thought she was gone, oh shoot, damn, oh shit, we thought blah blah blah. I'm like,
right,
yeah, well, I appreciate the love that you thought I was dead, and yeah, I had something to say, so you noticed it. Now
right,
that I'm on this podcast tonight, show love because I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? People show you a
absolutely.
lot of love. You're more popular when you're dead than alive.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that's a very, very, very interesting statement, and it's a very good point, and speaks a lot about our community and going back to support and you know just going into your digital content background a little bit before we really get into it. If you got that much attention for all your shows and all your lives, uh, for a goof on my part, do you think? Let me ask you about that. Do you think people realize that like or that little bit of support that they can do means anything, or you think people feel they gotta be overly supportive to support you?
Um, I don't know. I guess at some point, social media is a gift and a curse. I think that it's good. It depends on what you use it for. If you use it and you follow people who have issues all the time, you know what I mean, and then you're like, it's kind of like we all have that one person who's in a terrible relationship and they complain about it, and so leave him, girl, and that's that bullshit. Ma, I could treat you better. And then there's others who be sitting there eating popcorn, enjoying your misery. You know what I'm saying? So is I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but it's a gift and a curse, and I think it's a lazy way also, because instead of reaching out and text like something personal or somebody I know closely, they say something that might be kind of off track or sound like they ain't doing well. I'll text them like, "Yo, you all right? Like, you something we need to talk about?" I don't, and if we're real close, I will hit them up in the message like, "Yo, this is not what you want to put on social media for the world to see." You know what I mean? Because we see things differently. So I think the likes is just kind of like you're scrolling through and you just hit like, and it's just a lazy way to say, "Oh, I support love," you know. So it depends on the person and where your heart's at, you know.
Right.
Because I love to see, like, for instance, Melodic, when she posts something, she got something going on. She's super productive, beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying? I love to see that. I love to see that. So then when you get the person like, "Oh, here's so and so," I know she got some drama going on, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it, and I won't even say nothing just because I'm just like, okay, that was my little entertainment bullshit for the day, and keep scrolling. But honestly, me personally, I love to see people just productive and things is going well. Like, everybody don't have to know your struggle. Sometimes it does help others, but you know, come on, come out of that victim, you know, mentality.
Right. And besides, success is the best revenge anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree, but
Be
at the
better.
same time, I ain't worried about nobody else but me.
Right. Well,
Not to be
agreed.
selfish.
I just feel like in regards to the whole social media thing, social media is for entertainment, and it's also a free platform to promote your business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, L, let me
Use it for the right
ask you a
things.
question. Have you had a moment where you felt during your stand ups that you put your work in and it bombed, it didn't land well with the crowd, or vice versa, where it
All the
landed?
time. Nah, yeah, no, shit happened. This is definitely it's a business where you work hard, like during the day, writing jokes, trying to be funny. You know, you go to little open mics or whatever and work on your material, and you finally get the chance to use it in front of a real crowd, and they just not feeling you. You might not be delivering it correctly. It just might not be the crowd for it, and they just not feeling you. And I'll be honest with you, if you ever met a comic who said they never bomb, they are not a comic. They're lying. We all take L's in our professions, whether you're a comic, rapper, whatever it may be. We all take L's here and there, and it happens. It happens, and it keeps you humble, especially comedy, because you can do 5 shows, killing them. And that 6th show, you cocky, you confident, and it'd be crickets. I'm like, hold up, you need to hear that again? Because I think I missed it the first time.
What's your preference? What's your preference? To open, to be in the middle, or closing the act? We all know that the closing, I guess, is the headliner. But
Yeah.
what do you feel like? Yo, I could open up a show for a bigger comedian or somebody lesser statue, or I'll close and I'll be the headliner. Do you value, if let me rephrase it. If you're the headliner, do you want your opening to smash it, to set the tone?
I'm going to answer this question for you. But I have a question first. Q, how old are you?
48.
48. Oh, okay, so you know hip hop, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You know the song "The Symphony."
Mm-hmm.
Marley Marl said, "I don't care who first or who last, but y'all better rock this at the drop of a dime, baby." No, I really don't care, man. Like,
Okay.
real comics, we just want to rock out. We want to just get on stage and kill, whether first, last, second. The headline, of course, gets paid more and is prestigious, but at the same time, oh shit, hello.
We can hear
Sorry
you.
about
We
that.
can hear you.
I turned my music on in my earpiece, but no, we at the same time, man. I just want to rock. You just want to get on stage and do what I do. I'm not really worried about who's before me, who's after me. You know, I just kind of want to get on and get this off my chest because for comedians, it's therapy for us. Like the crowd may feel great, but it's helping us a lot more.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So my next question is: you've been doing comedy for well over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
What shifts have you seen in the past few years? And it's definitely evolved with the rise of social media, comedy, skits, etc. Can you tell me your take on it and what are the pros and the cons from your point of view?
As y'all know, everything is, especially with social media, is so sensitive now, and you wanna be respectful of how people feel. You don't want to get canceled, you know, because at this stage where I'm at, like it will affect comics to feel like they've been canceled or whatever it may be. Because we know we're not Dave Chappelle, who could never be canceled, even though cancel is not really a real thing, but you just don't want to be that person.
Right.
So yeah, it is tough, but at the same time, with comedy, to be good, you have to be genuine. You have a real story. Like, you gotta be about you because nobody can be you or tell your story like you can. So you gotta just really be genuine. That's gonna give win for you every time. So trying to be like somebody else is already taken. So just be genuine and just pretty much tell your story, how you see life, because that's the only way it's gonna work for you.
Okay. Well, what methods do
Go
you
ahead, man.
prefer? Do you prefer the traditional method of stand up, or do you prefer the enactments like the satires,
Oh, do I prefer? What was the second one you said?
the skits, the satires?
Oh, no, stand up. Yeah, yeah. I'm not really a skit person. My brain doesn't like. I enjoy watching them, but for me to create skits, like people be like, "Oh, you should do skits." Like, okay, but for me to create skits is that's just not where my energy goes. So I prefer stand up, get up in front of the people. You know?
So it comes naturally to you.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Give us the average for the audience and myself. Give us the average week of a comedian with
I'll be
gigs and
honest
stuff.
with you. Um, Average week, and a lot of us, like my stage, still got a 9 to 5, but you still get out nights. So I want to say our week. So you do your 9 to 5 and be out trying to hit the stage at least 4 to 5 times a week. And if you're lucky, maybe 7 days a week. But sometimes you really should take a break because again, you're working 9 to 5, then you out late doing comedy. Might be kind of like comedy. Sometimes drink, hang out at night, then get up the next morning, go to work. So at least 5, 6 times a week. So you pretty much say 12-hour days.
Okay. So
So it's not too much sleep.
okay. Do you find that just the world is like your writing table? Like seriously, like do you
Definitely.
walk around and just like absorb everything like, oh, I need to put this in my act because these people are hilarious.
Yeah. Like nobody's gonna believe this, and I gotta tell somebody. So why not tell a room of 30 people? you know, I got like I said, it's just it's art, man. It's just a world through your eyes. Just like with your poetry, just a world through your eyes.
Absolutely.
We're gonna take a break for a second and a word from one of our sponsors, Melodic
I got
Creation.
sponsors. I gang.
Melodic Celebrations, specializing in event decorations. Call us today for a quote so we can make your next event beautiful.
And that is Melodic Creations. And maybe the next time I'll have the number up there. So because I know that was kind of fast. So let me ask you about the question that Melodic just asked you. Comedian, digital creator now, you're a content creator. Your mind is always racing. Do you keep your phone like unlocked, like ready to go, or to give commentary with things you see, record things that you've seen to be like, let me replay it. Tell us about that, because I don't think a lot of people would understand. Like your mind works all the time.
Yes, yes. Constantly going. Me personally, I have like terrible sleeping habits, like insomnia. Like I'm up at night, and it made so much sense to me. Nas says, insomnia is the gift of the talented. I mean, the curse of the talented. So yeah, my brain is constantly going. And with comics, yeah, we definitely, it's a digital stage now, so everybody has their phone next to them. I'm always like to write stuff down. So to me, just getting a piece of paper, writing it down real quick. So I'd have pieces of papers all over the house. It just
Someone in the chat
gotta get
asked,
it
"Do
out.
you do?" Someone in the chat asked you, "Do you do private events?"
Hey yo, oh,
That,
clutch my
that
purse.
I don't know what that means, but
Word.
they
I
said, "Do
am
you
not
do
no
private
private
events?"
dancer. I mean, I do my little 10 push-ups in the morning, but I'm nobody's private dancer. Now I know it depends what the private event is. We talking a real crowd, but I'm not coming to your living room and telling jokes to you and your husband. That's real weird. And your two kids who won't go to sleep.
I would think that probably mean for like kids. He's not dressing up in a clown suit.
Right.
I would
Hell
think it
no.
might be for kids, or maybe they got small parties. Okay, this person
Yeah.
is a party planner. They throw parties.
Oh, okay, definitely, definitely. Oh, I see. Oh, I see it come across the screen now. No, definitely do.
Give them your
Or doing
information, Al.
parties, huh?
Okay. You
Give
can
them your
check him out on
information.
his Instagram on his platform for the person looking to see if he does private events. Please.
Yes,
Your
please. You
handle.
could, yeah.
This person does
DM
comedy
me.
shows too.
Okay.
Yep, and I've got plenty of friends who'll be great. On Facebook is LeRon McGowan. You got to message me first, because I just don't add everybody on Facebook. But my Instagram, what up, LeRon, WhatUpLeronn.
And whoever that is on Facebook, if you allow StreamYard to use your name, that's how we will know who you are. And if I or Melodic know you personally, we'll get the information to you as soon
Right.
as we realize who you are and stuff like that. So going into your YouTube channel, how did you feel like being um, the genesis of your shows with Father Life? How did you feel like recording and being authentic to regular stand-up comedy and being able to translate that language to go into digital creation?
I'll be honest with you. My podcast is not even comedy. Everyone expects that. It's just that what happened was, when I had my son, I was writing out material of just being, black man having a son for the first time, and I consider myself an old new daddy because I had my son at 40, and most of my friends damn their grandparents, and yeah, I'm just getting in the game. Like, yo, put me in, coach. I'm just getting in the game, but it is a big shift because the narrative is black men don't take care of the kids, yada yada. But once I had my son, I would take him to a park, and I'm in the park with like 7 other fathers who like really in their lives and really care and really responsible. And I'm like, it's a lot more of us than I see of them. Like, don't get me wrong, there's cats who just not in his kids' lives for different reasons. Some have good reasons, some don't have such good reasons, just don't care. But I kind of realized, like, yo, I kind of wanted to just get into it because I realized talking to them, we all go through pretty much just a lot of the same things. So I just wanted to just kind of make it known and put it out there. And I think my podcast is for black fathers, black men, and black women to help them kind of understand why we act the way we act and why we do what we do. One of the things I noticed is with men, we're minimalist and women are nurturers. So that kind of clashes often. So I just wanted to kind of like bring that out, and I learned that a lot about in talking to different fathers and just getting different tips from them, and realizing also that I'm not alone, you're not alone. We go through a lot of the same things, and some ways you would handle something would help me or help another father who's going through it,
and
or
un-
help a woman.
and really understanding that we are different, and respecting differences between men and women. A lot of times,
Uh
like you
huh.
said, we be so caught up in what we got going on, or they, that we want to change them. No, we don't want to change you. We just want to identify how you are, how you think, how you feel, and vice versa, and respect and love our differences, because our differences is what make us unique as
Unique.
gender and unique
Right.
as different human beings.
Absolutely. Appreciate the differences.
Definitely.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate differences. Like my co-host Al, she's a bully, but it's
Nah, my life.
no,
For
no,
real?
no,
Sure.
no. Honestly, like couldn't ask for a better co-host. I mean, a better friend. She's definitely an interesting person, and I don't want to get her all blushing, like embarrassed, and
Oh Lord.
to try to make you feel proud of your college classmate, but like she's very, you know,
But I mean, like, keep me a buck. I mean, this is my first time meeting you, but I know for black men, like I said, we're minimalists. We kind of go with the flow and make it work. Women be, especially black women, they be on point and they keep us on point at the same
hmm
time.
Amen.
Like I like to describe it as with men, we be so focused on this goal, we just looking straight ahead, and the black woman tap us on the shoulder and be like, look this way, look this way. There's a lot other stuff going on. Like you need to just open up a little bit, and you like, oh what? Oh shit! Like,
and
like
then
we need
you,
them for that.
you so on point, because then we don't sometimes we don't allow that person to rattle the cage, and we
Right.
be so caught up in, like you said, our way thinking. This is the
Yeah.
way that we survive. It got me
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm at. I'm rigid. Just leave me alone. And then when you allow other people in your life and they start rattling your cage a little bit and making you think with a wider scope, it's kind of hard, but you need it. You need
Amen.
it
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
great balance.
Amen.
yeah. You gotta be self aware and just
Definitely patting herself on the
realize.
back right now.
Nah, you gotta be self-aware, realize that you definitely don't know it all, and it's a balance. It's a balance that minimalist and that nurturing. It's a great balance. You just
Let
sometimes
me
hard
ask
for
you,
us.
because I know you mentioned some great podcasts and understanding something about podcasting. Did you find yourself like loving podcasts even more when you started your page?
Uh, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna take it back. I was doing podcasting before it was a thing called podcasting.
hmm
Like if you ask some of my comedian friends in New York City locally, they was like, "Yo, L, you was Drink Champs before there was a Drink Champs," because I had an internet radio show. It was me, my co-host TB, shout out to her, and my engineer Colin, shout out to him as well. We it was what I would do is I have just topics, and I would have my comedian friends on and ask them to go through these different topics, promote their shows, because I just realized there was so many funny people who weren't really known. And so that's what my radio show was about. My comic friends answering the different questions and pop culture, whatever was going on. And we had a good time. And, we would have drinks at the same time and everything. And we had a great time. This was, I want to say 2009, 2010, something like that. I was doing this, and I did that strong for 2 years. And then I just like, okay, I got enough. I got what I wanted out of this. I made a lot of connections and I had a good time. So I stopped doing it after about 2 years or so. And now podcasting is a big thing.
Right.
And
Right.
so for me to get back into it, only difference now is that I'm dolo in it. Before I had friends to just kind of like bounce thoughts and ideas and jokes off of. Now it's just me and whoever I'm talking to or having a conversation with. So that's the only thing. And plus, I'm not trying to be as funny. I'm like, we're going in, serious. Like if it's funny, it's funny. But I'm not trying to make a joke of everything. But
Right.
so like I was pretty much saying, I'm comfortable with it because I've doing it a while ago, but now podcasting is a thing. Is like, all right, time to jump back into it and take my
You know,
creative juices
you
elsewhere.
know, you done said something. You done struck up another question out of me just now
Right.
with something you said.
Same here.
Ask away.
You just said something that you opened the door. Now I got to run in.
Okay.
That balance of education, because of your content, entertainment, because like you said, you know our people, and you know our people love to be entertained, and either they love to be taken away from the reality of everyday life of work, school, kids, everything. How are you trying to figure and understand that balance of what to give your audience?
Just be genuine. We're human beings, and sometimes some people are so focused on, I don't need nobody, I'm independent, I got this, I could do this, and you be going through something, and when you have a conversation or you watch somebody and they say pretty much the same thing that you're saying in your brain, you're like, oh shit, I'm not the only one, So and also it's just tough. Like we need to open up more, and our people, you don't necessarily have to be entertained all the time. Like, we are very intelligent. So we like good conversation, and we like debate. The thing is that we're loud and it gets a little crazy, but we like to debate. We like conversation, and if it makes sense, we gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, we're talkers, but we're intelligent people. Like, we can't never downplay our folks, even though we don't get me wrong, we like our bullshit too, but we are very intelligent people.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Did that answer your
yeah,
question?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
So the question I have, and this is just back to the whole networking, because you were talking about your network of comics that you used to deal with, etc. So first of all, I feel like you wear a lot of different hats, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Rock out. But how important is it? How important is networking in the comedy world? And is it about who you know?
Yeah, yeah. Networking is very important. It's how you get opportunities as well. Um, yeah. I guess like anything else, yeah. Relationships in comedy is very, very important, because some people have a show, and with comedy, it's kind of like, hey, can I get on your show? Blah blah blah. And at the same time, you have comics who have a certain amount of people they deal with who are their good friends, so they'll keep putting them on the same shows and stuff like that. And so network is very very important. It's very hard at sometimes, especially when, like I said, I'm more for energy, and sometimes it's just because I don't not really feeling that person's energy doesn't mean that person wouldn't be good for a show I'm putting on, because you got to give the crowd a little bit of everything. You can't assume that, oh, my crowd only likes this. This is what only thing my crowd's gonna think is funny. You never know. I think you just need that diversity as far as like comedy styles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, networking is very important, and it gets to be tiring, because sometimes you're out at night and you're not getting on shows, but you just go to hang out so they can see your face. So at some point they're like, hey, you're here, a comic canceled, you want to, get on, you can do me a favor, so on and so forth. So, and then if you depend on it, you got a network, so you do more shows to get paid.
Agreed.
And
Okay,
no
so
doubt.
I have a question for you. I'm
Go
so
ahead, go
sorry.
ahead.
I have a question for you. So I know that you've been into networking for a very long time because you are a member of Phi Beta Sigma.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
But my question is, has your affiliation with your fraternity ever brought you any lucrative comedy acts or jobs or castings or anything like that?
Definitely, definitely. It's so crazy how far it can. I'm trying to think how I say. I I had actually my line brother had me do a show, and I got paid for it. Great. I met a young lady there, and now we have a 6-year-old together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just exactly. So you just yeah, you never know. You never know. But no, it definitely helps. I've done blue and white events and everything, so it definitely has helped out. It
Okay,
definitely has helped out.
So,
excellent.
so I know Melodic. I told you prior. This is a branding show. We always promote. Let's tell us about that beautiful sweatshirt you got on with Harriet Tubman talking about "We out."
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's one of my favorites. I'm a big t-shirt guy. I always liked graphic tees, and this one, of course, spoke to me. Um, yeah, you just conscious, know,
Yeah.
what it's about, and it's just funny because I mean, the shirt just kind of it speaks. It's our lingo now, but you totally get it. You know what I'm saying? They probably wasn't saying "we out" back then, but you get it.
Yeah, ain't no time to talk.
Yeah. Listen, Matt's gonna be up in about 15 minutes.
That's
We
right.
out. So,
We out. I'm getting it going, so you better hurry up, right?
yeah. So what you gonna do? You come in, is you is or is you ain't?
So let's talk about your acting career. What shows have you been on, or commercials?
Now, I want to say it was like a career.
Okay.
I just had like good opportunity, and that came from comedy as well. That exposed me to that. I had a friend of mine who's doing different auditions, and he's like, "Yo, L, this show they looking for somebody like your complexion. You should try out for it." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm all in." So I was like, "All right, I've never acted before in my life," and he was like, "Yo, it's just kind of like what do you call it? Kind of like background." And I'm like, I could stand in the background, but yeah. So I went down there to see the folks, and the lady was like, "Oh yeah, you're perfect." And then she was like, "Did I have any tattoos?" And I'm like, "No, I just have one." But with makeup, it could cover it up. But she's like, "Oh, perfect. I definitely want you to do this for me. I've had a lot of actors come in, but they have so many tattoos, and me just having one tattoo and could cover up quickly, it helped me get the job over professionally trained actors."
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, when I say professionally trained, not to say that I just skipped the line, just is that I fit the position rather than somebody who knows the craft better than I did. So, and there was a non-speaking part on own. There was a show called Unfaithful. The person I'm playing, the person who's narrating the show. I don't have no speaking lines. I'm just there to be sexy. Yeah. So the guy and Q, you'll appreciate this. So I'm playing this guy. He has a baby mother, a wife, and a side piece.
Damn.
Wow.
Exactly. I was hoping after that to be stereocast. Is it stereocast? Typecast. Yeah.
Look, if you would have got typecast for that, you might have got more roles. Unfortunately, yeah, because they,
Shots fired. Go ahead,
I mean,
supposed to drop your
I
ball.
mean, listen, they believe that's the narrative that we're just like you said. Going back to your podcast, they believe that that's the narrative that we're not present. Let's use that
Yeah.
word, present.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was a great experience. So yeah, like I said, and then on top of that, this is my first time, and they gave me, I think I had like, it wasn't no clothes off or anything, but I had like 3 different love scenes. This is my first time supposed to act. I got Q. I had 3 different love scenes. I'm feeling like the man up in there. I did 20 push-ups for every scene. It was crazy.
Well, you got one question. You got a question here. Here it comes.
Please don't be my mama. Please don't be my mama.
LaRon, how did you feel about Kanye T-shirt, and what kind of statement do you think he was trying to make?
Whew. I'll be honest with you. I love Kanye. College Dropout. What was his sophomore year? I love those early albums, and I wish Kanye would go back to school. Kanye just, I mean, honestly, dude, real talk, dude has mental health issues. Once his mom's passed, he just lost grasp of things. Not to say that he's not intelligent, but he definitely got to be bipolar. I mean, if anybody has diagnosed him, and I'm not no therapist, but he definitely has to be bipolar. The shirt,
he's self-admitted bipolar.
yeah, and the shirt, maybe he did have an idea of something he was trying to say, but we don't get it. We don't understand. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna tell you Kanye. Sorry?
I said it didn't translate well at all.
Nah, not at all. And I'm gonna tell you a Kanye story. I ain't gonna say this quick, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So one time I was watching something, I was reading the paper, I forgot, I think it was the news, and they showed Kanye's fashion show. And I'm clowning it because I'm like, yo, they look like homeless people. This is his brand, this is design. They look stupid. They look like homeless people. How are you modeling? You look like a homeless person. Boom. Fast forward a year later, again, I do background work. I ended up in Kanye's fashion show. So I'm out there looking like the homeless people.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. This is when the life of Pablo something. I forgot the name of the album. The production was good, but the rapping was trash. But so I'm in the fashion show. It was in Madison Square Garden, which is cool because I've never been on the garden floor, and that was great and everything. But even at that time, Kanye played a video of a video game that he's supposed to have come out. On the video game, it's his mother on a Pegasus just running through the clouds. She's on the Pegasus just riding through the clouds. And it plays for like 5 minutes and it cuts off. Everybody was quiet because we was like, the fuck was that? And then Kanye was like, see, y'all understand. Y'all understand how I work. Y'all don't understand how hard I work. Play that again. It showed the same thing. Mom's on the Pegasus running through the clouds. And then it stopped. Everybody was just like they were so nervous because like they feel like, okay, we're supposed to clap here, but it made no sense.
Right.
Thank God that video game never came out. Yeah.
It speaks volumes with trying to understand that he does suffer from a mental illness, self-admittedly. I gotta keep saying it because he's admitted to it. With having such a good artistic mind
Right.
with him, and it's like you don't know how to take him when he come because, and then you got to worry about how it lands. Like the shirt, I didn't take it that serious. I know a lot of other people did, and it's all about the landing. Like he could do something, probably not now, but he could do something tomorrow, and it'll land totally different. And it's always amazing with him. He's so polarizing. I think he has figured it out that he hasn't figured out landing. He's figured it out that he's polarizing.
Well, I think he's figured out marketing. That's for sure. Because basically any publicity is good publicity. That's first and foremost. Even if it's negative, that's one. Two, I think people need to realize that these stars are human.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
They're human. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So,
no question.
Maybe his shirt didn't land well, but you have to admit he's talented. He's a talented.
No question.
So,
can I tell you? Can I just mention one thing? What really made it bad with the shirt? It was with what's her name? Candace Owens. Is that her name?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The lady. It was kind of like, I don't even think you were trying. Like you used the term land. I don't even think you were trying to land. Like y'all was kind of trying to make a point in some way, somehow. But
and it's crazy because he could have, even though the picture was Fashion Week, the picture lacked context, and then you could have your explanation about why you did it should have been before you did it. And I don't think like even you've seen Most Def actually came out with a sweatshirt
that was
same way and just dropped the V and graded the V, and
fire.
People caught it. And like it's always landed, and you being a comedian, I'm quite sure you understand. Like, damn, landing is everything for my audience.
Yeah, yes.
Like that's, I could never. I'm not an artist. Melodic is a fabulous poet, as you know. From me as a consumer and somebody who supports the arts, I couldn't imagine as an artist having to understand me. You know what I mean? How I'm going to perceive what you're putting out.
Well,
that has to be interesting.
Art is subjective.
Yes.
You can mean something one way, and someone can take it a totally different, way. And my thing is, with art, people can relate to what you're doing. So they may not understand exactly where you're coming from, but something in your creation clicks with them. And they like it, or not. But, everything is not for everybody. So I say appreciate him for the things that he's talented in. Take that, appreciate it, love it, hate it, whatever. But he's entitled to it. I don't believe in censorship, Q. So
yeah, that just worries me because he has such a cult following. Like if he can convince you to buy a $200 ripped up T-shirt that looks old, it's scary. Like I don't know. I just kind of think it kind of like parallel to Trump. Like Yeah, I know he don't make no sense. Y'all just ride with him, like. But you were intelligent. You have PhD degrees, and you following this dude, and you know this is not.
Right.
And you're making excuses for him. That's the part that worries me. That's the part that scares me.
The ultimate, the alternative reality.
Well,
Well,
think of it. Think about it. Most artists, at least the good ones anyway, are definitely a little off.
the word.
No question. Yes.
Okay, like
No question.
so,
Prince
Yeah.
different. Michael
Don't
different. You know.
L. They gonna come for you. Don't say Prince was off.
huh?
No. I
I
said
said
different.
You know what it is? It's funny is we use the word genius, and genius gets thrown around so much. Is that
They are geniuses, though. I agree.
we lack perspective of the geniusness of their art instead of comparing it to the person. Oh, he's a genius. Kanye's a genius. No, his artistic
Absolutely.
way of thinking was genius.
Mhm.
Not, because I think he's privy to too much information, and I think the information is overwhelming him.
Well, I think he's a marketing genius because look, we're talking about him on our show.
Mhm.
Oh boy, yeah, he got us right.
Mhm.
Well, L, do
Indeed.
you have any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
I actually do
Oh,
have.
excuse me,
a couple of
Melodic.
things. Yes.
She told you.
I have one. I have two more questions for you. I hope we're not taking
That's
up
the
too
way.
much of your time. And then we have an
I'm
exercise
good.
that we like to do at the end of our interview. So
Watch your mouth about
watch your
Prince.
mouth
My
about
bad.
Prince.
I love Prince though, and I'm gonna get
Okay.
shot down. But I like Prince over Michael Jackson. But speak.
Same here. Same here. That's my favorite artist of all time, Prince.
Prince
But
is the man.
my question is, what would be the perfect role for you?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Married, a baby mother, a side chick. No, I guess honestly, I'm not like I got a chance to act, and I'm not just Elba or have a lot of time in acting, but something honestly would be close. I guess I want to say close like me more. I guess I'd be kind of like playing myself in a way.
Okay.
But you know what? At the same time, I would love to play a bad guy, like the real asshole in the flick. So I would love to play a bad guy.
Okay. And do you see yourself writing pilots or sitcoms in the future?
Sitcoms, yeah. Yes, I write often, so yes.
Okay.
Melodic. May I ask him something before you? It'll lead. No, I'll ask him something after the next question. I want to ask him.
Well, I was going to do the exercise with the 6 words.
I'll ask him beforehand. It's just one word answers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna name some names. L, just give me one word answers. Eddie Murphy,
Goat,
Dave Chappelle,
uncancelable word. Tough.
George Carlin,
He's good. I'm not a huge fan, but Colin's good.
Martin,
Iconic. Cause who doesn't love the Martin show? Who doesn't love the Martin reruns? And if you watch any show, they got some gesture or something they take from Martin.
my favorite comedian when we were kids, and I still love her because she's not around anymore. Was Carol Burnett. So.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Now, I remember the Carl Burnett show. That was a good show. Very talented. Very talented.
Yeah. I got one more.
And my favorite on that show was Tim Conway. But I'm listening.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a TV head.
I got one more before Melodic asks those beautiful questions at the end. Richard Pryor.
Oh man. I don't know if it's Godfather to the goat or father to the goat, but yeah, Rich is the man. Like it's like Richard passed the baton and Eddie took off with it,
Right.
So yeah, and Richard is so real, like so real it was scary. Talk about being on cocaine and being burnt. Like Richard was too real.
Alrighty, so this is also an exercise. But you can give us a one-word answer, or you can give us whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
So the first word is family.
Is one word or whatever comes to mind. What? All right, the one word is why, and I want to say it's because that's my why. Family, that's my why.
All right. The next, well, this is two words. The Bronx.
I love it. I know y'all call us different, and some of us are, but I love the BX.
Okay.
I love it. It's home.
Community.
Tribe.
All right. Johnson and Wales.
I'll say I don't have one word for Johnson and Wales. I appreciate it. During these times, I kind of be like, damn, I wish I went to HSBCU. But we had our own little, HSBCU in a way. But I tell you one thing I will always say when I see old friends, I post pictures of Johnson Wales friends. College was 4 years, but them college homies is forever.
Okay.
For real. Like me and Melodic are still friends after all this time, and people still keep up with, and we knew each other as kids, and now we grown families,
Okay. Love.
It's not easy. It's just not.
Okay, and the last one, hilarious.
Hilarious? It's so sad that I am stumped. Okay, my son.
All
That's
right.
it.
Okay.
We bought him a he's skinny, but she got him this skeleton costume. So it's all black and got the skeleton. And he's running around the house trying to dance and doing stuff. And it look funny because you can't see his face. And he's skinny. So yeah, he's hilarious. But I can't tell him that because he's gonna keep going. He will never stop. But yeah, my son, he's hilarious.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Would you like to leave us with any final thoughts?
Let me see. It's a blessing to be a blessing. Put your heart in a good place and look out for other people. Pay it forward. And please check out my Paternal Presence podcast. And honestly, I think it's for everybody black, because I know women are probably like, "Oh, he down in women." No, it's for all of us. So please, support black people, support this podcast, support Melodic. She got a lot going on. Great person, and let's help each other out. Let's move the culture forward.
Well, with that, this ends another great episode of Conversations with Friends. Laurent, stay on while we close out. And
okay,
everybody in the chat, remember, like, share, subscribe, and like he said, there is no more to be said after that. With that, have a blessed week.